Hello everyone, I am Saida Anis Fatima. Join me in the learning of advanced educational technology. As we are living in a fast, rapid changing world, there is a need to be well equipped technologically. So, here I present in this video few concepts such as web-based learning, e-learning, e-resources, e-communications, forums, blogs, and bulletin boards. Let us check each of these concepts in detail. So let's get started with the video. Web-based learning. It refers to the type of learning that uses the internet as an instructional delivery tool to carry out various learning activities. Okay, so it is a pure online learning on the World Wide Web, that is www, in which the curriculum and learning are implemented online without face-to-face meeting between the instructor and the students. Depending on the needs and requirement of the curriculum, the instructor meets the students half time of the time online and half of the time in the classroom. So, web-based learning can be integrated into a curriculum that turns into a full-blown course or as a supplement to traditional courses. What are the advantages of web-based learning? It provides the ability to link resources in many different formats, and it can be an efficient way of delivering course materials for the instructors. Resources can be made available from any location and at any time. Therefore, potential for widen access, for example, to part-time, mature, or work-based students. So, it also encourages more independent and active learning. It can provide a useful source of supplementary materials to conventional programs. Disadvantages of web-based learning includes access to appropriate computer equipment, which can be a problem for students. Learners find it frustrating if they cannot get access to the graphics, images, and video clips because of poor equipment. The necessary infrastructure must be available and affordable. Therefore, information can vary in quality and accuracy. So, guidance and signposting is needed. Students can also feel isolated. So, these are the disadvantages of web based learning. What is e learning? The letter E in e learning stands for the word electronic. Bernard Luskin, an e learning pioneer in the year 2001, he explains E as exciting, energetic, enthusiastic, emotional, extended, and educational. E-learning is internet-enabled learning. It is a storehouse of education, information, communication, training, knowledge, and performance management. Okay, so the learning involves the use of a computer or electronic device in some way to provide training, education, or learning material. So, in an online multimedia learning environment, e-learning means the delivery of learning with the assistance of interactive electronic technology, whether offline or online. E-learning is essentially a computer and network enabled transfer of skills and knowledge learning application. Teaching and learning is one to one, that is individual to individual. It has more interactivity in normal classroom and it varies with the class size. Learner centered e-learning is learner centered, and the learner monitoring and grading system is also been included in e-learning. What are the delivery methods of e-learning? It is synchronous learning, asynchronous learning, instructor-led group, self-study with subject experts, web-based learning which includes blogs, Wikipedias, encyclopedias, forums, and the computer-based CD-ROMs. Okay, this can be done offline, and video and audio streaming. So let us see in detail the synchronous and asynchronous modes of learning. In the synchronous learning, the trainer and the learners are physically separated. That means there is a place shift, and the learning and teaching takes place in the real time, that is at the same time. Okay, so for example, we have been using Google Meet, okay, and Zoom. So what are these? These are nothing but the examples of synchronous learning. Also, telephone, screen sharing, chat, desktop conferencing, online seminar, etc. are the examples of synchronous learning. Now, let us see what is asynchronous learning. Okay, so here the learner is free to decide when he wants to study the courseware. The trainer prepares the courseware material before the course takes place. Examples for asynchronous learning includes fax, emails, news groups, computer-based training, quick reference guidance, etc. Characteristics of e-learning includes learning is self-paced and gives students a chance to speed up or slow down as necessary. It designed around the learner. It is designed around the learner. It enhances computer and internet skills, foster greater student or instructor contact. Overall, student costs are frequently less. Geographical barriers are eliminated, opening up broader education options. Advances in technology are enabling our society so to shift from traditional in-person educational modes to virtual programs. E-learning makes this a reality. For example, Python programming, accounting, without ever being uncomfortable outside of home, we can do it in the convenience of a home. Examples include platforms such as Swayam, Coursera. They provide courses. They are also finding sometimes it's challenging to accommodate large number of students from all around the world. E-resources. An electronic resource can be defined as a resource which require computer access or any electronic product that delivers a collection of data. That means if it is text referring to full text basis, electronic journals, image collections, other multimedia products, and numerical, graphical, or time based as a commercially available title that has been published with an aim to being marketed. Okay, so resources in the electronic form that are readable using various electronic components. Advantages. So what are the advantages? It gives easy universal access. It provides the speed, functionality, content, mobility to the user, saving physical space, convenience, and it also saves a lot of time and money. Disadvantages includes more expensive. It gives eye strain. It does not have any screen glare. Difficult to navigate compared to book. Many titles that are available in traditional print books are not yet available in an electronic book format. Okay, so it requires more time, requires experience and money in order to take full advantage of its capabilities. E-communication. So by the term we can know communication means we can interact, we can share the ideas, we can share the knowledge, we can share the information from one person to another person or from one group to another group, vice versa. Okay, so electronic communication can be defined as the communication which uses electronic media to transmit the information or message using computers, email, telephone, video calling, fax machine, etc. So this type of communication can be developed by sharing data like images, graphics, sound, pictures, maps, software, and many more things. Because of this e-communication only, there is a lot of changes that have been occurred in work areas and society, etc. Thus, people can simply access global communication with no physical movement. Advantages of electronic communication includes speedy transmission, wide coverage, low cost, exchange of feedback, managing global operation. Okay, so the messages are getting spread, transmitted very speed, covering wide areas across the globe and at very low cost, and exchange of feedback on the work being done and managing global operation. The disadvantages of electronic communication includes it is not at all free from the below limitations, which includes the volume of the data, the cost of development which it takes, the legal status, and the undelivered data and dependency. Okay, so all these are the advantages and the disadvantages of electronic communication. Now let us move further. Forums. An internet forum or message board is nothing but an online discussion site where people can hold conversations in the form of posted written messages. Forums have a specific set of jargons associated with them. For example, a single conversation in a forum is called a thread or topic. Within the forum's topic, each new discussion started is called a thread and can be replied to by as many people as they wish. Okay, so depending on the forum's settings, users can be anonymous or they can have registration done with the forum and then subsequently they log in and log out to post messages. On most forums, users do not have to log in to read the existing messages. What are the disadvantages? At the same time, the users can have the streamlined communication, it enables collaboration, they can earn money using advertisements, subscription fees, and donations through the forums. And the forums also boost search engine rankings, build trust, and it gives the drive loyalty, improves services, get feedback, and convert prospects. Disadvantages includes the moderation, the spam. These days spam, it's everywhere. Okay, security vulnerabilities, it is also a great threat, and the lack of posts. Blogs. A blog is an online journal or informational website which displays the information in reverse chronological order, which means that the latest posts appear at the top. Okay, so it is a platform where a writer or a group of writers share their views on an individual subject. What is the purpose of a blog? There are many reasons to start a blog for personal use and only a handful of strong ones for business blogging. Examples for blogging includes blogging is for business, projects, or anything else that might bring you money, and it has a very straightforward purpose. Okay, so to rank your website higher in Google SERPs, it is also known as increase your visibility. What are the advantages of blogging? It includes learning, connectivity, flexibility, writing skills, language skills, and revenue. Learning. Bloggers are always learning about new things in blog posts, and they can actually build relationships with the reader in connectivity. Flexibility, it includes blogging is a platform which is available 24 by 7, so it is like flexible for anybody, anytime, anywhere. Okay, so writing skills. Blogging allows users to write about anything they are interested in, meaning they can write anything, any subject, whatever they are interested to write on any area. Language skills. Blogging is a convenient way to learn a language which is different from your mother tongue. Okay, so with the help of this we can actually learn many different languages which are being used. Revenue. A successful blog overall brings good revenue at the end. Okay, moving on to disadvantages of blogging: social interaction, consistency, workload, time consumption, and audience. Social interaction means most people who does blogging often feel a loneliness. That's why they are here and they share their ideas by writing. Okay, so consistency: to attract the readers, bloggers must publish at least one post per week. If they are not doing so, there is an inconsistency. That's why it is a disadvantage in social interaction. Also, if the person is feeling lonely, that means it is a disadvantage. Okay, so workload: blogging is not easy, as one must find a suitable topic. Okay, planning and writing about it needs much efforts. Just to write an essay, okay, we have to go through several steps. Okay, so blogging is not that easy as we think, but because we have to plan each and every step. Time consumption: it takes considerable amount of time to plan and to write a blog post, so it is really a time consuming uh, uh, part. Audience: it may not be reaching the targeted audience. So we may tend to think that okay, everybody will be reading, the youth, the elderly people, or the younger ones, but unfortunately the audience, whomever we are expecting, your blog post may not be reaching to that targeted audience. So it is a disadvantage of blogging. Bulletin boards: bulletin board is used for posting of public messages. As we all know, bulletin boards, we have been seeing, watching them on the walls of our educational institutions, schools, etc. So for example, to advertise items wanted or for sale, announce events, bulletin boards are used to provide information. A bulletin board which combines a pin board. Okay, this pin board is actually made of a corkboard material and the writing surface. So with the combination of this pin board and the writing surface, it is known as combination bulletin board. Bulletin boards can also be entirely in the digital domain. An electronic bulletin board is an online communication system that allows people to share their ideas, discuss, or request information. It's also known as a message board or computer forum and functions the same way as an email. Advantages includes effective, budget friendly, eco friendly, engaging, and entertaining. So how it is effective? The message boards utilize the latest technology in both display and in the software. Okay, so budget friendly: setting up a digital bulletin board is not that costly as we think. Eco friendly: online bulletin boards helps save the environment. As we all know that we've been cutting the trees for the paper, so they are eco-friendly. They eliminate the use of paper printouts and help reduce the carbon footprint. Okay. So engaging and entertaining: electronic bulletin boards allow you to use graphic rich text, animations, and colorful photos. Disadvantages: on the downside, online system boards come with the unedited fair share of threats. Since they are public places, they are often unedited and open to troublemakers who like controversies. Bulletin boards also face the risk of the influx of unwanted advertisements or spam. As such, they require massive computer resources to monitor and weed out spam messages. The boards also lack archive features for each thread and post. What does this mean? This means that content can disappear with time as new posts come up. So it's a disadvantage. Okay. So you can take a screenshot of these references. You can find the content over here and feel free to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching the video. I'll see you